Vlogmas 2023.
Yeah.
Hello. Woo! Did you nearly fall off a chair?
No, I didn't.
If you are new to our channel, I thought I would start Vlogmas this year with some introductions. So I am Helen. I am a yarn dyer. I am the dyer behind Giddy Yarns.
The leader of the channel.
The leader of the channel, yep. We live in Dundee in Scotland, and this is our Vlogmas. This is my eldest son.
Arthur.
And Arthur is...
9, 10.
You're not 9, you're 10 now. He's just had his 10th birthday a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And we have two other members of our family. Tom, who is still at work and will be home soon. And that would be my husband. And Jasper, who is 7, who is here somewhere with his... with one of his friends. Oh, here's Jasper. He's come to say hello quickly. You're going to come up? Oh, you're heavy.
Meow, 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 meow.
And the two other members of our family, who are new members. They didn't exist last year. Oh, you can't actually see him because he blends in with your hoodie. This is Burrito. You can't see him. They'll see him at some point. You want me to take him? Come here, Burrito. Oh, this is Burrito. And the other cat, we have 2 kittens basically. This is Burrito and the other one is Bowser. They are about 5 months old. Burrito will let you do anything with him. Bowser is a little bit shyer, a little bit more careful. And I'm sure they will turn up and feature at some point. Here we go, there's Bowser. They are both black cats. They are pretty much identical. Although Bowser currently has a collar and Burrito doesn't have a collar. So we can tell them apart. Yeah, Burrito won't keep a collar on, whereas Bowser doesn't mind.
Yeah.
So yes, welcome to Vlogmas. What can they expect from our Vlogmas?
Walks.
Walks, possibly. Yes, we might do some walks.
Some yarn.
Lots of background noise from children. Jasper has his best friend Zoe, who lives next door round at the moment, and they are making lots of noise. And what can you expect? Hopefully lots of crafty stuff, some behind the scenes of my work day being a dyer, lots of family stuff. We've got some activities planned. We'll hopefully go on some walks.
Yeah.
We'll hopefully do some baking and things like that. We're hosting Christmas this year for the first time in a very long time. So
2020.
yeah, well, 2020 we didn't host. We just were on our own because we couldn't go anywhere. Like 2019 we hosted, I think. Yeah, the first year we lived in Scotland.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're hosting. My parents are coming to us this year. So there'll be lots of Christmas prep involved as well, I'm sure.
Like the Christmas tree.
Yes, we haven't done the Christmas decorations or anything like that yet. My job this evening is to sort out the advent calendars. So I'm going to go and start doing some tidying, and we will be back a little bit later to share some advent calendars with you.
Time lapse.
Right, Tom and the boys are just about to head off to karate, but one thing that is coming back to Vlogmas this year is...
Joke of the day!
And Arthur wanted to do our first joke of the day for Vlogmas 2023. So go for it, Arthur.
Why was the computer late for work?
I don't know. Why was the computer late for work?
Because it had a hard drive.
Right, Tom and the kids have gone. I am trying to set up for advent calendars, basically. Look, yeah, I also need to take down the birthday decorations. We have these reusable paper birthday decorations that we get out every year on each of our birthdays. So there's a happy birthday sign. There's a load of these like little pom-pommy things. Oh, there's one there. That's not a very... Oh, there we go. Those kinds of things. I don't know how well you could see. And we put them up every year on birthdays. It was Arthur's birthday a couple of days ago, as I said, but they need to come down in order for Christmas to begin. Yeah, I am hoping to sort out the advent calendars ready for tomorrow morning. So I thought I would share what advent calendars we've got this year. If you've been around a while, you'll have seen our paper ones, cardboard ones. You'll see in a second. I've also got yarny ones. We've got a family one this year, something a little bit different that we're going to do together this year. And Tom has, he said, what did he say to me? He said it was part of his midlife crisis and he was feeling nostalgic for his childhood. So he ordered some proper old-fashioned paper advent calendars. So we've got those as well this year. So I will show you what I'm planning to do, where they're planning to go, and get it set up. And then we will share advent calendars. So this is my plan for where I'm going to set it up. This is my craft unit, actually. This is my end of the sofa. The basket, if you're a podcast viewer, the basket lives just down there, and the rest of my projects live in this cupboard. I'm not going to show you now, but maybe at some point during Vlogmas we'll go through the cupboard. But I'm thinking of turning the top of this into where we put the advent calendars, because there isn't really anywhere else in our lounge now. We've changed some of the furniture around, and especially because, well, mostly because of the cats. So I think this is going to be the best place. I think my poor fern is going to have to go. It was doing very, very well until we got cats, and the cats really like to eat this. And yeah, it's not doing very well. So I think it's either just going to go somewhere different, or it might have to go entirely. The gnomes, a lot of the gnomes live here. And I think they're going to go on shelves in my office for a little while. And then we will turn this into Advent Corner. I definitely don't have space over on that cupboard for everything, so I think I'm going to put the paper advents on here. Now, most Christmases we strip this off of all our usual knickknacks. There's a few more gnomes as well. Pop them away and turn this into a bit of a Christmas thing. We've got some Christmas Lego that usually goes on it and things like that. We'll be doing that a little bit later on in the month, maybe sometime this week, but later on. But I think I'm going to strip off this middle shelf to see if I can get the paper advents up there, and just maybe try and make it a bit more festive. I'm not sure. We'll see how we go. So here are the paper advent calendars that Tom got. If he can tell me, I will pop a link underneath the video as to where he got them from, but I haven't got a clue. We have got 4. That one is Father Christmas. I think that one's mine that I'm going to be opening. I don't know. The boys and Tom chose first, so I just got whatever was left. Then we've got an ice skating one, which I think is the one that Arthur has chosen. There's a wintry, snowy one, which I think is the one Tom's chosen. And then there's a Father Christmas one heading over. Are there multiple Father Christmases on that one? There are. There's like 3 Father Christmases on that one, which I think is the one that Jasper has chosen. Then we've got our Christmas house. Now, if you've watched my Vlogmas before, you'll remember this one. This is actually an advent calendar, and each day you add to it. There are little slots, I don't know if you can see, with little numbers on them, and there's little pieces that slot into the house. We've got 2 different ones of these. Again, I will try and put a link underneath the video because I get asked every year, but they're super fun. We have a Christmas house, and we also have, it doesn't look like much at the moment, like a winter woodland. I'm not sure we're going to do this one this year because I haven't really got anywhere to put it that's safe from the cats. And I'm not even 100% sure this one's going to be safe for the cats, but because most of the things go inside it, I feel like it's probably going to be the safer of the two. But we might have to move them. They might end up upstairs in our bedroom. We will see. Then the boys have got chocolate advents because how could we not? Arthur went for Cadbury's Heroes and Jasper went for Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. So that's those ones. And I will show you the slightly more interesting ones. Yarn and something a bit different. So I've got 3 Yarny advent calendars this year. Well, I guess maybe 4 if you count a weekly one? What do you call it? I don't. Anyway, 2 of them, well, 3 of them were swaps. 1 of them I purchased. So first of all, obviously being a yarn dyer, I am very, very lucky in that I can actually swap advents with other yarn dyers that are my friends. And for the last, oh goodness knows how many years, 4 years, something like that, I have swapped an advent calendar with Erin from Henny Penny Makes, and I usually make a blanket out of them. So I have got Erin's advent for this year, which is 50 laps around the sun is the theme, and there's her kind of mood board kind of thing. So they are all wrapped up in there, ready for me to start opening tomorrow. So that's always very exciting. And then I also swapped, pop that one away sensibly, I also swapped with Laura of The Lonely Knitter, and this is actually the 2nd year we've swapped. We swapped last year as well. And Laura is doing a Star Wars inspired advent. So it's called Journey to the Dark Side. And all of my little advents are wrapped in there. I've got a day 25 skein as well. So that one I'm really looking forward to opening. Star Wars had a big part in my childhood. My mum is absolutely Star Wars obsessed, or at least she was very Star Wars obsessed. And in fact, one of the first dates that her and my dad went on was to go and see all 3 original Star Wars films at the cinema in one sitting, which is a lot. It's like 9 hours worth of film. But you know, he ended up marrying her, so it obviously didn't put him off. So yeah, Star Wars was a big part of my childhood. And I'm kind of tempted, I don't know yet, I'm kind of tempted to make my mum something out of this, but I'm not sure whether that's going to happen this year or in the future. We shall see. Or I might just keep it all for myself. I've then done a swap with a lovely group of friends of mine, and we've just swapped 5-gram scraps. So we've each kind of put together 24 little 5-gram scraps and swapped them. Mine is in this lovely little bag, and I don't know if you can see, all of the little minis are in there. They're all wrapped beautifully. I'm like, this is so clever. I feel very bad for the person that I sent them to because I wasn't anywhere near as creative as this. They're so clever. So that one's going to be fun to open. I feel like I should be making something out of this as I open them, because 5 grams is not a lot to add into a project each day, is it? I could just make, I don't know what, maybe just like a scrappy cowl, so that I'm just like knitting round and round on something really simple each day and using all the minis. I might do something like that. We will see. And then the last thing I've got is a weekly advent calendar. This one is from Hannah at the Corner of Craft, and basically you get 4 sock sets. So for each of the weeks of Advent, I've got my camera on completely the wrong setting. That will happen a fair amount during Vlogmas because I am so out of practice over kind of vlogging versus actually sitting down. I keep putting the camera on the wrong setting. Anyway, you get basically each week throughout December you get a sock set for one of each of the weekends of Advent. So I've got four little packages here, each numbered. as well as another little package with what I can't remember. I think it's a stitch marker. I vaguely remember that you got a stitch marker included, but I'd forgotten that. So that's quite exciting. So yeah, I'm not sure whether I'm going to cake these up and cast them on straight away. I'm very tempted to each weekend to cast on a new sock. But I also know that that's going to be a lot of projects and I'm going to find that quite overwhelming. So I don't quite know what to do, but I'm still excited about those. Yarny goodness. Okay, so the final advent calendar we've got, this is a family advent calendar, which we're going to kind of try and do together. Some nights the boys might not do it with us, other nights they will. It'll vary a bit depending on time and stuff like that. It's from Exit the Game, and it's basically, the idea is it's an escape room advent calendar. So you have a great little kind of board here. You've got your help book and game instructions, your storybook, which I've not looked at yet. We'll look at those tomorrow night. And then you've got all of these different doors, which are, oh look, that one's got a number 1 on it. So I'm guessing that one is our first door, but none of the others have numbers on them. They've all got clues and things like that. So I'm guessing we have to solve the clues to know which door to open. And then apparently inside each of these are clues and stuff like that. So there's a whole story about the fact that you're locked in the workroom, a Santa's workshop or something like that. And you've got to get out before Christmas, I assume. I don't quite know. We've never done one of these before, but we love puzzles. We love escape rooms. We love games as a family. We're a very big board gaming family. Which I'm sure I will share some board games with you at some point over December. So this seemed like such a great idea for Advent, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. Now, before the kids get back and bedtime chaos ensues, I just wanted to finish off with a little bit of information because every year as part of our Vlogmas, we donate our ad revenue that we get through YouTube to charity. It's something we've done for the last few years. We normally donate it to the local food bank or something like that. This year we're donating it to something slightly different. It's called Transition Dundee. I will put a link underneath the video so you can check it out and you can see exactly what they do. But basically they are a community, what do they call themselves? They're a social community initiative. So they're run within the community, and they do various things to reduce waste and help towards kind of climate control and all of that kind of thing. But their main focus is on reducing waste, whether that's food waste or just general kind of clothing waste and things like that. But they do various different things. So they have, first of all, they have a community larder, which they accept food from supermarkets and local businesses and things like that. Food that would otherwise be thrown away, but is still good enough to eat and is still good enough to be passed on. And they run a community larder. And it's done on a pay what you can basis. So if people don't have any money or they don't have access to food, they're really struggling, they can go to the community larder and they can get stuff very, very cheap or even for free if they need to. But anyone can also go and purchase from them. We've only discovered about it recently, so we've not actually been there yet. But we discovered it through friends, and I'll explain how in a minute. But basically you can go, if you just want to help reduce food waste, you can go and you can purchase at a higher price point. Well, not higher than you'd pay it in the shops, but you know what I mean. So that's a really good initiative. They also have an initiative called the Wardrobe, which is a similar idea but with clothing. It's a community wardrobe. So it's a bit like a charity shop, I guess. They collect a lot of second-hand clothes. They have a real focus on reusing, repairing and sharing, kind of things like that. So you can go and you can purchase stuff at a cheaper rate and things like that. But again, they also have a section where people can go and they can pick a certain number of items for free from the section. So if there's things that you really, really need and you can't afford to purchase them yourself, then they're available for you to be able to go and get from there. They also run various workshops on all kinds of things to do with sustainability. So purchasing, repairing your own clothes, making things last longer. They teach people how to sew. They teach people how to knit. They've got all kinds of kind of sustainability kind of initiatives there. And then the other thing they do is they participate in something called gleaning, which is nothing I knew about until relatively recently. But it involves local farmers. So basically, when local farmers have produce that they can't get rid of, either the supermarkets are refusing to accept them because they're wonky vegetables or whatever, they're not, or they've had an excess load, because obviously farmers will plant with the anticipation of losing some of their crop to bad weather or that kind of thing. And if they've had a good year and they've had a really good crop, then often the supermarkets won't accept that because they'll only take the amount they want. And farmers are left with overages that they can't get rid of. Or in the particular case recently, this is how we found out about them, our local, one of our local farms, they do like strawberry picking and stuff like that, but they also do pumpkin picking. They had an excess of pumpkins at the end of the pumpkin picking season, and they donated all of them to Transition, vans and van loads of them. And basically Transition was saying, if anybody wants pumpkins, come and get them for free. And a friend of mine messaged me to say, I've got 8 pumpkins, do you want some? So we had a couple of pumpkins and we made some pumpkin soup, and that's how I learned. She explained where they'd come from, and that's how we learned about Transition. So they do all kinds of amazing things within the local community to support sustainability and things like that, but to also support people who can't necessarily, who are struggling, which at this time of the year, when there's a lot going on, when Christmas is happening and with the current kind of cost of living issues, is really important. So yeah, keep watching those ads is what I'm trying to say, because all of the ad revenue for December will be going to Transition to support the work that they do within Dundee. And as I said, I'll put a link down underneath the video so that you can check it out for yourself. You could donate for yourself if you wanted to, and yeah, that's that, I guess. So I think I'm going to wrap up my first Vlogmas video because I need to edit this. I need to get back into the swing of all of that kind of thing. Tomorrow is a work day and I'm prepping towards the launch of the Lord of the Rings pre-orders, so I will share the chaos. Chaos is going to be a word you hear a lot. I will share the work that goes into that kind of thing with you tomorrow. So thank you. Welcome back to Vlogmas, and I look forward to spending December with you. I will see you all again tomorrow. Bye!